All right, everyone. Now let's talk about Bono, or Bozo, as he should more properly be called. The N should become a Z, so to speak. Think of the description, archived, of course, talking about USAID and how the United States government, the Trump administration, is now responsible for 300,000 deaths. But you look more into it and you find out that the study was conducted by someone who clearly has TDS. Why am I not surprised? The fact is that USAID was mostly a money laundering operation from the get-go anyway. USAID was effectively nothing more than embezzlement. It wasn't really to help people. The idea that 300,000 people have died because USAID was cock-blocked is complete lunacy. I would also like to point out, is there really anyone left, including even liberals for that matter, that listens to Bono and takes his opinions seriously? Dude, you haven't been relevant since at least the early 2000s, so to speak. You are basically a legacy caricature in music, actually. And you're not anything more than a musician. Why should anyone take you seriously? It's like when Oprah Winfrey or Whoopi Goldberg or one of these other people weighs in on political matters. Are you allowed to have an opinion? Yes, absolutely. Everyone has free expression. Well, not under the Biden administration, but in general sense, we're supposed to be able to express ourselves. We can have whatever opinions we want, however wrong they may be. The problem with Bono is that his opinions are typically wrong. We see this over and over. Look at Bruce Springsteen. Well, when's the last time that you had a chart-topping song? Well, it's been a little while now, hasn't it? And I'm supposed to take you seriously. Why? Oh, because you're Bruce Springsteen and have a lot of money. I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck. Who cares? That doesn't make you intelligent. It makes you talented. You're capable of branding yourself. You've made some good music, although I'm not a Springsteen fan. Same with Bono. I was never a fan of his music either. But at the very least, you have talent. That's good. That's a good thing. That doesn't mean that I have to take your opinion on any particular issue seriously. And this is what I hate. People often give extra credit to people simply because they are well known as opposed to being some random dude on the street or something like that. Random dude on the street says war bad. Oh, well, whatever. Bono says war bad. Oh, yeah, we got to stop the war. I mean, not that he seems to be particularly anti-war at this point, but that's beyond the point. It happens all of the time. People they'll take seriously somebody who they like simply because of other concerns, simply because they are well known, to the exclusion of even accepting criticism of the idea that is being expressed. This happens with content creators as well. Hell, it's happened with me. There are people that are like real core clankers that will agree with me even if what I'm saying is possibly wrong. Now, I try not to be wrong. I try to simply be accurate. But what if I were to become a propagandist? What if I took the fall, so to speak? What if I started taking CIA money and started expressing views that weren't even technically my own? There would be people that would still listen to them, and they would believe them simply because, hey, it sticks. Sticks wouldn't mislead me. Ah, bullshit. You should question everything. You should question everyone. Every content creator is suspect, including myself, and definitely celebrities and musicians. I think the musicians are probably the worst, though. Actually, no. Let me think. Technically, actors and actresses would be the most questionable because they constantly make like these cringe compilations. They tried this in 2016, for the Hillary Clinton campaign. They had that super cut where they were talking, rambling about how Trump was evil and shit like that. And it didn't go over so well. It got panned pretty badly. For some reason, the Biden campaign decided to recycle the same tactic. although only half as many people watched it, so it's been basically forgotten. They did another celebrity supercut. Most of you probably haven't even seen it. I watched a little bit of it. It was so cringe that I had to turn it off, unfortunately. I try to do in-depth analysis, so like read the whole news article, watch the whole video and stuff. Sometimes it's a little bit draining, but there are limitations. Sometimes you meet something that's just so out there, so massively cringe, you can't really get through the whole thing. No, this has happened on multiple occasions. Thankfully, you also have elements of you have times when it's not so excessive, like Elizabeth Warren's meme team. Well, you made a meme. Great. Well, that took me 2 seconds to digest, basically. Maybe five. It was a slow day. It was quite funny. Bono is completely wrong, though. The fact that USAID is suspended effectively is not killing people. This is a one-off study by an individual who clearly hates Donald Trump and who has no idea what they're talking about. Bono's replicating it and talking about it as though it was, literal solid gold. Well, a single study doesn't really tell you much most of the time. Most of the time, within science, analytics, statistics, anything like that, anything concrete, so to speak, you need multiple studies. Well, there's probably already a countervailing study, but I notice that the media is not talking about it. I wonder why. Because Orange Man bad. That's about all. Peace out.